Imagine spending nearly your entire life hitting the gym every day before the crack of dawn, running miles outdoors when the temperatures are below zero, in some cases even moving away from your family, all for a chance to become an Olympian. Then you achieve your dream and proudly represent the United States as you stand on the medal podium with a flag draped around your shoulders. Next thing you know, you get a knock on the door from good old Uncle Sam asking you to pay up. Medal winners, most of them amateur athletes, are going to be taxed on the prize money that they earn because they earned one of the top 3 spots in the Olympics. California Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack, along with North Carolina's G.K. Butterfield, have introduced a bill to exempt our Olympians from being taxed on their success. Congresswoman Mack joins me now. Congresswoman, you and a Democrat have joined together in saying we really don't want to punish our athletes for being successful. Tell me, how did the bill come about for you?
Well, first of all, I think we're all in the middle of Olympic fever right now. When we heard the story about our Olympians being taxed for winning medals, we started talking about it and went to my ranking member. He, too, is excited about introducing something to stop this discriminatory tax, if you will, from going into effect. It helps that we've all really got the Olympic fever right now. We're so excited about our Olympians and just happy that we have a bipartisan bill on the table to save them from this tax.
Just to sort of set the stage, athletes get $25,000 if they win a gold. They get, let's see, $10,000, $15,000 for a silver, and $10,000 for a bronze medal. And this is money, essentially it's a stipend for all the months and years of preparation that they have had to be away from income-producing opportunities. It's a tiny pittance of amount of money, especially for that level of success. But the IRS since 1984 has said that that's taxable income. And we've got a full screen. We'll take a look at it. If they win a gold, it's almost $9,000, about $5,300 if they win a silver, and $3,500 if they win a bronze. I don't think the federal treasury is somehow going to get out of debt, Congresswoman, if we assess our medalists these taxes. What kind of response are you getting from your colleagues in Congress to end taxing the Olympic medals?
That's a great question, Governor. It's not only a great response from my colleagues, but from my constituents back home, too. They think this is outrageous. They're so appreciative of all of the hard work and the dedication, the years of sacrifice these Olympians have put into their careers. You know, the Olympians are not there to win money. I mean, that's ridiculous. They're there to show that they're the best in the world, and perhaps more importantly, they're there to show that the United States is the best in the world. And, you know, that's what this is all about. So the feedback from my constituents and my colleagues is overwhelmingly supportive, and they're really scratching their heads why the IRS is really monitoring what happens in London right now.
Only 8 out of 34 countries that participate in the Olympics even tax anything on the part of the athletes. I think a lot of us, when we learned this, and I just found out about it this week myself, you know, first reaction is, my gosh, these are people who are giving America a good name. Taxing them might give us a bad name. So how did you first come to know about it, and when did you say, I got to do something? I mean, you got 435 members of Congress, but you're the one who took up this lead with Congressman Butterfield. So tell us why it became so important to you.
Well, it actually, again, I think the news bubbled up through the media. My staff was watching the Olympics, and they said, wait, this is wrong, Mary, look at this. Let's introduce a bill. Interestingly enough, you know, my bill is not the only one that was dropped that day. I know that Marco Rubio is on board, and he's pushing an effort. One of my colleagues in the House, Aaron Schrock, is also pushing an effort. People saw the news, saw the story. Again, we're so proud of what's happening. I'm especially proud of our female gymnasts right now. But we all saw the story and just wanted to jump on it as quickly as we could. We're so proud of our athletes. You know, we're appreciative that they're out there showing the very best that the United States has to offer. And I think every American's going to say, hey, let's thank them, not tax them.
Have you heard whether the president will sign the bill if it makes it through both houses of Congress?
I have not heard that. But again, you know, my ranking member, G.K. Butterfield from North Carolina, you know, he's a great member. We work together on a lot of issues. We certainly don't agree on everything. But on this one, I have his strong support. I really enjoy working with him, and I anticipate that his relationship with the White House will help in that effort.
What about, will this bill apply retroactively to this year's Olympic champions, or would it only be going forward?
no, it very importantly would be retroactive, and this year's Olympians would be covered.
Well, that's got to be good news for them.
Especially Michael Phelps.
Yeah, Michael may be one of the few guys who's going to earn enough medals that this could amount to some serious pocket change for him. But,
yeah.
I've not talked to a single person personally who thought that we ought to be taxing these athletes, because I think we feel that they are providing for all of us and for our country a great moment of national pride at a time when we can use some good news. It's almost like we ought to not only forgo their taxes, we ought to give them a whole lot more money. And I hope they'll earn it in endorsements. They probably will. But they really do bring an extraordinary sense of patriotism and national pride to the country.
You're so right, Governor. And it's important. We like to give them ticker tape parades. We like to celebrate them. And it's also important to remember that they've sacrificed much of their lives to get to this moment, to stand on that podium. They shouldn't be dreading the IRS when they get home. They should be looking forward to a ticker tape parade and the gratitude the American people have. Not only that, look, they're inspirational to us. We love what they do. We all are there celebrating with them. Nobody wants to think about the IRS at a moment when somebody's standing on the podium, celebrating their gold medal.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing. I think it's a great and noble effort. It may be one of the few bipartisan pieces of legislation that makes it through this Congress. And after you get this one done, maybe you can work on tax relief for the rest of us, too. Congresswoman,
I will.
Thanks so much for being here. Great to talk to you.